Everything wrong with the Japanese tinfoil ball challenge. First problem is that you can buy a better quality ball literally anywhere else for an incredibly cheap price, like dollar store cheap. Tennis balls have a far better function and a much higher quality than these aluminum foil balls, and you can literally just go down to the closest tennis court next to you and there's going to be at least 10 of them that some idiot rich couple has left behind. Just take your dog out for a walk and you'll find one, maybe two of them for you for free. Sure, slobbery, slimy, but free. Tennis balls are much better functionality, far more practical, and sure, you don't get to say that you made it yourself, but why would you give a shit about that? Sure, you may feel very passionately about wanting to build something that you own for yourself, but that just leads me on to my second point. My second point is that these things take, on average, about 7 hours to make. 7 hours is in 1/3 of a day, completely gone, wasted. You're not getting those hours back. 7 hours. Like, most of the do-it-yourself challenges that end up going viral on YouTube take about, at most, around an hour to do. Like, that's about the amount of time it keeps kids' attentions for. Like, anything above an hour, and kids, they just start wandering off. They start thinking of other things, wanting to do other things. They get bored. Like, I don't give a shit how satisfying it is. 7 fucking hours to make this? How did this become popular? And again, this is just a shitty fucking smooth aluminum foil ball that you could go down to any dollar store, buy a whole fucking magic set, and like 3 or 4 of them are gonna come with it. And they're gonna be probably at a cheaper price when you compare money to time. It's so not worth it. It must take max 15 minutes for you to go down to your local tennis court and find yourself a tennis ball to have. Why would you spend 6 hours and 45 minutes more doing this completely nonsensical bullshit? Third thing I want to bring up is just how fucking dull these balls are. See, the thing about fidget spinners, you guys remember fidget spinners. They absolutely blew up a few months ago. It's understandable because it was a function people hadn't really seen before. They were doing all sorts of crazy tricks. You could do trick shots with them. You could bring them to school, trade them, do all that sorts of stuff. Each product was different and original and flashy and cool, and you could do all sorts of different things with them, and it was fun. This, every single ball just looks the fucking same. It's just round, it's smooth, it's shiny, it's got no other color, no different shapes. Maybe some are bigger, some are smaller, but they're all the same shape, the same size. It just completely lacks originality. Like, if this sort of thing is going to become a fucking trend, I have no idea why pool balls aren't in style right now. They're round, they're shiny, they're smooth, they come in all sorts of different shapes and colors, and they have different numbers on them. Why aren't they a trend? And I'm sure you can make them yourself if you really put the fucking effort into them, and I doubt they would take fucking 7 hours to make if you had the right materials. And speaking of boring, we're not just talking about the balls here, we're also talking about the dick. What? We're also talking about the videos, and by that I mean every video has the exact same 3 steps. It only takes 3 steps. 3 steps, 7 hours, just a video is completely sped up of 3 different steps. Making the ball, hammering the ball, and sanding the ball. And that's it. 7 hours. 7 hours. That's it. Great content. Even with interesting commentary, and I mean it's all in Japanese anyway, so I don't see how it's entertaining in any way for English-speaking people. It's still so fucking boring to watch. And they have to speed each section up just to make it actually interesting, just to make it like less than a 30-second clip. Like, this is like 2 hours of work. All the hammering, 2 hours of work, stuffed into a 30-second clip. I don't understand how people find it entertaining. Do they like watching like never any variation in how they build it, just the same 3 steps over and over and over again. And then one final thing, I know there's not a lot of reasons why I hate this sort of stuff, but there's just so little content involved in each little video that this is basically all I could find. This was basically the contents of every single video. But finally, there's this picture. Look at his hands! Why would you want your hands all fucked up like that for the sake of this project? Like, I would fucking hate that. I hate having even little bits of dirt or grime or little bits of Cheetos on my hands. I would absolutely hate having my hand coated in this disgusting silver shit. And it doesn't even look like the sort of stuff where you just rinse your hands in the sink and it just all runs right off. No, it looks like the sort of stuff that you wash your hands, scrub it in with soap, dry them, still there, wash it again, rub it with soap, scrub your hands, dry them, still little bits of tints everywhere. It looks like a fucking OCD person's nightmare. It looks god awful. It's a 7-hour build-up project where you have to make all these sacrifices, do all this hard work, and in the end you get a ball. Tiny little silver ball that you can't really do anything with. And you could also buy a better replacement at your nearest dollar store. Like, I hated fidget spinners, but that shit was 10 times better than this fucking trend, I swear to God. Anyways, that's the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Sub, that would be much appreciated, and thank you for watching.